We have a full field of 26, and we are ready to turn them loose. Here is a Hall of Fame voice of Stafford, Ben Dodge.
Down to the bottom of turn number one. It is a dogfight battle at the front of the pack. Car number one, Patrick Emmerling. Here comes Chase Dowling. Bonsai move to the inside. The S&S paving machine. Dowling puts the pedal down off turn number four. Chase Dowling moves to the front of the class.
And he is no stranger to leading open races. Everybody making it through turns 1 and 2. Settling into second is Patrick Emmerling, but he has a problem because right behind him is Mike Christopher.
And Michael Christopher wasting no time at all. Keep your eyes also working his magic to the inside. Christopher puts the pedal to the metal. Down underneath Patrick Emmerling. Bottom of the top 10. Things are starting to get heated up there as well. Back off turn number 4. Todd Owen gets shuffled back a spot. Keith Rocco is coming forward with car number 57.
Joey Cipriano getting a challenge from Craig Lutz. And here is Williams as he is able to trampoline his way underneath Cipriano to move into fourth.
No question about it. Ronnie Williams just clicked off the quickest lap of the race so far. It's Williams now moves into the fourth spot. Dowling will make his dirt debut tomorrow. Got rained out a week ago at Lebanon Valley Speedway in the S&S Paving Dirt Modified.
Ryan Priest starting to lean on Rocco in car number 6, and the car underneath him is Lutz. And now he is attacking the 57 of Rocco.
A car that is moving forward rather impressively is the Ryan Priest machine.
And Steve Kopchak caught our eye in the 79. Priest trying to fireball his way underneath Rocco. Here he comes. And Ryan Priest, we've seen this a few times at Stafford, as he invades the top 6.
So Priest coming to the front of the field with the skill of a surgeon.
Boy, look at Kopchak right behind him. He has become an early factor. Then we have Owen and Craig Lutz in the Keith Rocco owned car. He has gone backwards since the start of the race.
There's no question about it. Meanwhile, Owen moves back up a spot into the 9th position. Lutz drops back to 10. Woody Pitkat is just out of the top 10. And he is there with Cam McDermott and Burt Myers, followed by Marcello Rafano.
And Craig Lutz started this race in 5th, has dropped to 10th. Kopchak trying to make a move. Here comes Priest as he has gotten underneath Joey Cipriano, and he is able to M16 his way underneath the 25, and Ryan Priest is in the top 5.
There's no question about it. 10 laps are now complete in this 81-lap event. The call before you dig, modified 81. Here comes Williams. Bold move. Williams dips down to the inside of the number 1 of Patrick Emmerling.
While that was happening, Keith Rocco getting underneath Cipriano. Rocco is now in the top 6.
Here comes Stephen Kopchak to make a bid down underneath the number 25 car of Joey Cipriano.
Emmerling getting a visit from Priest. This is a fight for 4th.
While that's happening, a little further back in the field, the bottom of the top 10 is starting to shuffle a bit. But the leader still remains. The Wicked Motorsports, Power Sports, S&S Paving, TAS Country Homes, number 9, Connecticut for Chase Dowling.
Remember on the opening open race last year, Chase Dowling led for more than 70 laps, but Marcello Rafano got the victory. But Dowling, the drum major of the parade, Mike Christopher having a very good run, but he is 2 seconds behind the leader. And approaching him is Ronnie Williams. Now putting the pressure on Emmerling was Priest. Woody Pitkat, he is trying to put the pressure on Todd Owen.
Todd Owen Now Woody Pitkat moves into that 9th position. Owen drops back to the 10th spot. Here comes Cam McDermott. Now looking to break into the top 10. Bottom shot down underneath Todd Owen. And now McDermott's into the top 10, bumping Owen for the first time back to 11th with Burt Myers and Eric Goodale, who's moving forward.
And Craig Lutz has had a rough start to this race. He gives up a spot to Refrano. And then up at the front, the battle continues between Priest and Emmerling. Priest has momentum underneath the 1 car.
Priest dips to the inside. Patrick Emmerling tries to hold on, but to no avail. Ryan Priest moves into position number 4.
So 18 laps have been completed, and Priest has moved up into the top 4. The next on his hit list will be Ronnie Williams, and now Williams is caught up with Mike Christopher, and that is going to be a dogfight for second.
And it sure is. But look at that side-by-side battle between Woody Pitkat, Steven Kopsik, and now Cam McDermott. And that is for the 8th, 9th, and 10th position.
Burt Myers going to work against Owen. And the man from North Carolina is ready to pick up a position. He's trying to get into the top 10.
Todd Owen tries to run with those dogs. As now things are starting to get settled in.
Boy, Eric Goodale was 13th. Many people thought he was one of the favorites of this race, and he is working up into the field, getting by Owen. And it is Refrano getting by Owen as he's able to swashbuckle his way underneath the 81 car. Chris Pastriak in the blue number 75. Chase Dowling got the lead early, leads Mike Christopher by 1.1 seconds.
But that margin is starting to go away, Matt.
It was 2 seconds a moment ago.
And now it is dipped down as now Michael Christopher, Ronnie Williams are coming, and so is it Ryan Priest.
And Ronnie Williams looking for an opening underneath Mike Christopher as 2 SK Modified Weekly competitors are on the big stage here in the Call Before You Dig Open. And it looks like Ronnie Williams might be biding his time, Ben, waiting for the right moment to try to make a move against Christopher.
Patrick Emmerling and Keith Rocco.
Now Goodale trying to get underneath Kopchik. That is a battle for 11th. And Goodale is able to get the job done by about a toothpick over Kopchik. And Refrano moving up quickly.
Leader comes up on lap traffic. It is the number 8 of Earl Paulus is about to be the first car to go down the lap.
Remember when Refrano won on last season, we hardly mentioned his name till about there were 20 laps in the race. So right now, being in the 12th position, that's pretty good. Cipriano trying to work against the 57 of Rocco. That is a fight for 6.
27 now complete. And car number 9, Chase Dowling, laps the Tom Abele, number 9, Massachusetts.
And the action intensifies between Rocco and Cipriano. And Rocco in the Call Before You Dig, number 57. And Cipriano is staring at that Call Before You Dig sign as he follows the 57 into turn 1.
Caution flag comes out. We've got a spin on the backstretch.
By people in a little deeper that have made adjustments on their cars. And we'll see if it does change the complexion.
Well, here they come, rumbling off turn number 4. What's it going to be as they fire them back up? He once had a commanding lead, but now, all of a sudden, there's a side-by-side bid for the runner-up spot between Ronnie Williams and Michael Christopher, and here comes Ryan Preece. Preece is on the bottom, as now Michael Christopher does the crossover deal there, and Preece gets shuffled back to the 4th position. Who's coming up in position number 5? No surprises here. Keith Rocco.
And it's Mike Christopher who makes a bold move to the inside. And he is in 2nd. Ronnie Williams drops back to 3rd, but he is still in the area. Then it's Preece, followed by Rocco. But opening up a pretty big lead is Chase Dowling. Let's see what the difference is as he crosses the line against Mike Christopher. And that gap over 3 cars is 0.8 of a second.
Good battle for that 2nd spot. Michael Christopher pulls back in the 2nd. Once he gets there in clean air, he pulls away by a car length and a half. Ryan Preece now closes up the gap in the call before you dig number 6 car, as Ronnie Williams settles back into 4th, but it'll be short-lived. Here comes Keith Rocco in 5th, Patrick Emmerling in 6th, Joey Cipriano in 7th, and Cam McDermott in 8th over Woody Pitkat and Rafano. Car number 9, mechanical problem. Shuts down off turn number 4, the leader of the event. 34 laps in. Dowling's bad luck continues here at Stafford.
Well, Mike Christopher Jr. takes over the lead with Preece in 2nd and Ronnie Williams in 3rd, and Keith Rocco, he's been 4th for a while. So a new face in the lead belonging to Mike Christopher in that number 7 Tommy Baldwin car.
There's no question about it as they come rumbling back off turn number 4. Preece has narrowed it all up. Ronnie Williams still setting in the 3rd spot. And now Joey Cipriano has moved in to take over the 5th position, as 37 now clicks off of the board soon. Just shy of the halfway marker, and the leader of the pack still remains Michael Christopher in Tommy Baldwin's race car.
Burt Myers trying to kick up his heels and get by Woody Pitkat. He does, and Myers is 9th. And Chase Dowling, after a few laps of brilliance, is in spectator country.
Mechanical woes tell the story. We'll see if we can get a report on our pit infield reporters on that.
Emmerling is getting a battle from Cam McDermott. That is for 6.
And McDermott has been very patient. Marcello Rafano also coming to the front, setting in that 8th position with Burt Myers. And now Chris Pastriak, just a few laps ago, was in 15th, and now has come all the way up to the 10th spot.
Trevor Blow having a good run in car number 4. A little bit of a wiggle that time from Matt Galco, but he was able to stabilize that car. And now here
halfway down and halfway to go, Matt.
So remember, this is the call before you dig, 81, and things are getting heated at the front of the field. Michael Christopher leading Ryan Preece by 0.3 of a second. Trying to make a move now, Todd Owen, as he buries that car underneath Dana DiMatteo.
Todd Owen and DiMatteo, good little battle going on there. Meanwhile, here comes the 31 machine of Noah Corner, trying to make his presence known to the inside of Woody Pitkat. Pitkat got off to a terrible start today. They couldn't get the engine fired.
McDermott making a move.
What a good move. Cam McDermott moves into the 6th spot, bumping Patrick Emmerling back to 7th.
You know, the last time T.J. Blow came to Stafford, he did not qualify for the open race. He's running 11th. Ryan Preece in the neighborhood in car number 6 as he continues to hunt down Mike Christopher Jr. Remember, the first time that Baldwin and Christopher ever hooked up, it was at Thompson.
That's correct.
And Mike Christopher Jr. won a very dramatic race.
Meanwhile, Kopsik now threading the needle through traffic. And there right with him is Todd Owen.
Now, Eric Goodale, he is currently running in the top 15. When he's had his good runs at Stafford, he's usually a non-factor for the first half of the race, and he comes on strongly in the second half. Power move by Refrano against Emmerling, and it looks like it's going to stick.
And Refrano moves into the 7th spot with that move, bumping Patrick Emmerling back to the 8th position. Burt Myers is coming forward in 9th with Chris Pastriak.
Burt Myers has never had a top 10 at Stafford. He's currently running 9th, and he's holding off Chris Pastriak.
Caution flag. It's the 58, the Eric Goodale car that goes around underneath.
That strategy as he gets into trouble as that car belches on lap number 47 with 33 laps to go.
One, everybody else will follow.
The number 25.
And Goodale was the
81 in this call before you dig event. Seen a lot of twists and turns in this one. Chase Dowling had a car that was strong. Mechanical woes took him out while leading the event. And now the story is going to be pit strategy. Who did what? Who made the right adjustment? Who's got enough of those feel goods, those sticky tires left to get back to the front and beyond?
The spotlight on Noah Corner in car number 31, Anthony Nacella next door.
Here they
and
go.
As they rifle their way into turn number 1, it is a close battle between the 31 and the 92. And here is Priest moving into the top 3.
Noah Corner moves to the front of the class. It's short-lived. Anthony Nacella moves to the outside. Corner leans out wide.
Well, Corner knows there's a nuclear weapon behind him. Ryan Priest. Nacella challenging for the lead against the 31 at Corner, and here comes Priest underneath the 92.
A trouble now in turn number 2. It looks like the 58 of Goodale. And we go to yellow. Goodale's number 58. Let's see what's going to happen as they rumble off turn number 4. Green flag is out. Anthony Nacella came up through consolation qualifying.
And here's
Noah Corner.
Priest.
What a good run for him. And there is Joey Cipriano running back to the outside of Ryan Priest. Almost 3 wide. They come off the turn.
Mike Christopher Jr. He is able to invade the top 3, getting underneath Corner.
And we've got a brand new leader. It's Michael Christopher Jr.
Well, he went from 3rd to 1st in a heartbeat.
Priest is running in his tire tracks. Then it's a side-by-side battle all the way back to the bottom of the top 15. Almost 3 wide again. Noah Corner becomes the meat in the sandwich there.
Well, Emmerling without a line, tried to do something inside, but the car
Ronnie
didn't
Williams
stick.
now comes to life in the top 5 with car number 50.
Now the car sticks for Emmerling as he tries to get underneath Noah Corner. And he does, and Pastriak is right behind him.
Pastriak moves into the top 10 solidly down the backstretch.
But a car is on the grass, and it's Burt Myers in John Deere.
It is a short track shootout for the final 30. Michael Christopher, who's been sizzling hot at late. Ryan Priest in a side-by-side bid up front. And Christopher just pulls away. And look at Joey Cipriano.
Yeah, Nacella tried to stay with the top 3, but he is having a difficult time doing that.
And
as
all
it is
of a
Cipriano
sudden,
in
Patrick
3rd.
Emmerling, Matt, has come back to life. He goes around Anthony Nacella. And now Patrick Emmerling has found a home in the top 4 as well.
And a lot of side-by-side action deeper in the field. Matt Galco in car number 3 next door to Pastriak. So Matt Galco, this is the way he has done it in open races. quiet in the beginning and making a lot of noise at the end.
Pastriak is doing a good job. McDermott is following his buddy to the front of the class. Matty Galko, who got off to a tough start in qualifying, has recovered nicely. And Matty Galko is working his way into the top 10.
And trying to make a move is Woody Pitkat. He was in 10th, and he makes a move underneath Galko. So Woody Pitkat picks up a position.
Marcello Rufano also starting to come on strong. His car does a little stutter step.
Well, Di Matteo is in danger of going a lap down because the 76 is being hounded and surrounded by the combination of Mike Christopher Jr. and Ryan Preece.
There's no question about it as you look back at the bottom of the top 7. Chris Pastriak trying to hold off McDermott. Woody Pitkat is there. And then Patrick Emerling. 57 now up on the board. Lap traffic is the Corey Di Matteo machine. Joey Cipriano coming up on him.
Well, Dana went up high to let Christopher and Preece go by, and then he went down low and let Cipriano and the rest of the competitors go by. So that is a sick race car for Dana Di Matteo, brand new, and obviously he's still getting the bugs out of it.
Meanwhile,
Preece has caught up with Christopher.
Yes, he has. The margin is 0.3, but it appears that Preece, just as he gets close enough, Michael Christopher steps on the gas and runs away.
You know, Christopher might be saving something for the stretch run, but I doubt it. I think both those two guys, Christopher and Preece, are racing as hard as they can.
No question about that. Meanwhile, Ronnie Williams is closing in on Patrick Emerling in that #1 car.
Remember, Anthony Nocella needed a consolation to get into the race. He was running 6th, Pastriak 7th. But the plot thickens between Mike Christopher Jr. and Ryan Preece running 1-2. Here's McDermott
Now
trying
making
to
a bit.
scorch underneath Pastriak.
Yep, and he almost had it. Can reel him in, and now there's Ronnie Williams running in the tire tracks of Patrick Emerling.
And we'll see if Emerling gives him any room down low. Williams desperately trying to search for it, and a pretty good job of protecting the bottom groove by Emerling.
Good battle shaping up now, diving out of line.
That is Keith Rocco. We haven't talked about him for a while.
And he's back challenging for the 9th and 10th position. That's a good battle there.
He got by Pitkat. Look at Goodale coming back. You can't keep these Long Island drivers down, can you?
You're right. You're right.
As he is fighting something in the water. Getting by Pitkat.
Good action all the way back.
And it looks like Todd Owen getting underneath Goodale. That was for 11th place.
While Owen makes that move, you've got right behind him another bid, and it is Marcello Rufano that just went around Woody Pitkat and picked up a spot, and that's in the 12th position. 66 of 81 for Call Before You Dig towards Hype Open Modified events.
Emerling is able to pull away from Ronnie Williams. Here's Nocella. He is not giving up. There is no white flag in his glove compartment as he is looking to twist his way underneath Ronnie Williams to move into the top 5.
Good battle there, but it still remains this dogfight battle going on between Pastriak now and moving right there to contend on the inside, Matt. That's the hot spot of the racetrack.
Yeah, Eric Goodale is making a move, and Eric Goodale has picked up a spot. He is now in 8th place. You know, Anthony Nocella, things have not gone his way tonight. He's had a lot of misfortune, But with 12 laps to go,
he's a
he
factor.
is 6 and is battling Williams for another position. I think he's had one of the most impressive runs of the night.
You are absolutely correct.
Todd Owens slashing his way underneath Pastriak. Refrano trying to follow him.
Less than 10 to go when they come back to the line. Michael Christopher leads Ryan Preece over Joey Cipriano.
0.7 of a second separate Christopher from Preece. And now Owen getting a visit from Pastriak. And Anthony Nocella getting closer to Ronnie Williams as he wants to move into the top 5. But Williams, he has had a strong car throughout the entire race.
Consistent and strong. Looking at timing and scoring, setting among the top 5. 72 just clicked off of the 81. And Michael Christopher showing that it's no fluke that he's having a great year here at Stafford. In true Christopher style, Ryan Preece.
Well, time is running out for Preece. 8 laps to go, down by 0.9 of a second.
And Joey Cipriano, you got to give a shout out to him, setting in that 3rd spot. He dropped back to 5th or 6th at one point and then fought his way back up.
Nocella trying to boogie underneath Williams, and Williams will not allow that to happen. Here comes Nocella again, has some daylight underneath the 50.
Doesn't happen. And while that is happening, here comes Eric Goodale trying to get down underneath Cam McDermott.
That is for 7th place.
And he cannot get that job done, but he's still right there now, making the move.
So Mike Christopher approaching
5
the line.
to go.
5 to go for Christopher, leading by more than a second over Ryan Preece.
Goodale finally worked over and got around Cam McDermott. As they make their presence known, here comes the one of Patrick Emerling closing in on Joey Cipriano.
He's trying to sniff out a podium. Cipriano, one of the big stories of this race, taking over the Gary Casella ride. And right now, only a toenail separates those 2 drivers, and only
there
a
goes
toenail.
Nocella.
We waited for this move. Here he comes.
Down underneath Ronnie Williams. Side by side, Nocella moves in, takes over the 5th spot. Forcing Williams back to 6th. Goodale is up to 7th. McDermott is in 8th. Twirling 2s are in the air.
Boy, a roller coaster
1 mile
ride.
left.
A roller coaster ride for Nocella might wind up in the penthouse. Mike Christopher, 1.5 seconds over Preece. He is pulling away from one of the best in the business. Mike Christopher Jr. looking for his 2nd win in an open modified. He did it at Thompson, and he is 1 lap away from doing it at Stafford.
There's no question about it. Michael Christopher and Tom Baldwin Jr. They came, they saw, and they wanted to conquer. They head down the back straightaway. He strung it way out from Ryan Preece. And down the backstretch, Joey Cipriano, Patrick Emerling, slingshots by him. Checkered flag is out. And Michael Christopher will take down the win. Ryan Preece to finish in 2nd. Joey Cipriano will finish in the 3rd spot. Patrick Emerling for 4th. Anthony Nocella for 5. Ronnie Williams for 6. Eric Goodale for 7. Cam McDermott for 8th. Keith Rocco for 9th. And Todd Owen to finish in 10th.
Finishing in 11th was Chris Pastriak. Marcello Refrano 12th. Burt Myers 13th. Craig Lutz 14th. In 15th was TJ Blow. In 16th, Dave Etheridge. In 17th was Woody Pithcat. Matt Galco in 18th. And Stephen Kopchik in 19th.
In 20th was Michael Jervis Jr. Noah Corner to finish 21st. Mike Willis Jr. to finish 22nd. Earl Paulish for 23rd. Dana DiMatteo for 24th. Tom Abley Jr. for 25th. And Chase Dowling, after being the early leader, would finish in 26th.
So in addition to the $3,500 for first place, Mike Christopher Jr., $1,000 from GAF Roofing, and $500 from New England Racing Fuel, Sunoco brand, to boost his entire earnings to $5,000. And Ben, I think after the pit stop, when all the front runners went into pit, I think Mike Christopher had the best car by a lot after that pit stop, and he proved it by going against a guy from the Cup.
Sure did, Matt Buckler. And once again, we remind everybody to join us next Friday night for the 5 weekly racing series divisions here at the Stafford Motor Speedway as Michael Christopher heads to Napa Victory Lane. Kyle Rickey and John Gates are there to meet and greet our winner.
And I think there's nothing like open modifieds.
There's no question about that. As now our attention is about to shift to the winner's circle. We hope you've enjoyed this evening's presentation here with us. Tell your friends and bring a friend. Remember, tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock for next Friday night's exciting weekly racing series presentation here from the Stafford Motor Speedway.
Well, what a night of auto racing.
Great night.
Culminating in this. Mike Christopher Jr. coming out of his car.
Mike Christopher jumps down onto Napa Victory Lane, and what an absolute great race. Mike, I'll tell you what, the 7 New York Tommy Baldwin Jr. machine was absolutely humming tonight. What a move going into turn number 1. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. The car was great from the beginning. I thought Chase and I or someone else was going to battle, but he broke. I saw something happen into 3. Whatever, race kept going on. Priest and I got into it off of 4. You know, it might have been a racing deal. Who knows? It probably is a racing deal, but had that opening into turn 1, and you know, everything stuck, and he drove up high, and the hole was there, and we inherited the lead. I mean, it's unbelievable to be at Stafford and win an open car, and on top of that, it's for Tommy Baldwin Racing and the Pink Tie organization. So thank you to them and Tommy and his whole crew and Dixon and my spotter Brian. It's just incredible.
You know, Mike, the 7 New York comes into these races, and it's always looking good, running good, and to find it in Victory Lane, man, is pretty special. Congratulations. How about some more sponsors on that ride?
Yeah, I'd like to thank, obviously, his whole team, Angela's House from pinktie.org, Mohawk Northeast. He got me involved with racing with Tommy from the beginning, so thank you to Mr. Al Hankey. Yeah, it's just a dream come true.
He's a hot shoe right there. Mike Christopher Jr., he'll go to Victory Lane in our 81 lap. Let's go to Kyle Rickey.
Yeah, let's grab Tommy Baldwin down here in Victory Lane. Congratulations in Stafford Victory Lane here tonight with Mike Christopher Jr.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I try to remember the last time I won here. I think it was 95 or 96, you know, when I went to Cup, and haven't been here obviously that long, the last 3 years. But yeah, car